Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Rakesh, in your earlier videos, you have talked about the importance of having good teachers. Could you tell me what kind of teachers we all need to surround ourselves with so that we can also do well in life? Very deep philosophical question. I come from a family of teachers. Many of my relatives are teachers. Many of my friends are teachers. And not just teachers as in a designation. I also was blessed with some amazing teachers, mentors, coaches in my corporate avatar. And even now as an entrepreneur, I have an amazing set of teachers and guides and coaches and friends. So I learn from them all. But I have picked up 5 types of teachers that you should have in your life. And to explain these 5 types of teachers, I'm going to connect them to 5 beautiful movies so that you can understand the qualities of these teachers and quickly identify how you can have such people around you, because it's important to move forward when you have a great teacher. And in India, we have this amazing thing that Guru Gobind Do Khade Kake Lagu Pai. And the idea is that the Guru tells us the path to reach God. So if there is a God and Guru standing, you first bow, give naman and respect to the Guru, because it's the Guru who shows the path to God. So I believe in that a teacher will help us find the right way. So here are the 5 kinds of teachers you should have in your life. And to explain their qualities, I'm going to give you 5 movies. Movie number 1. This movie I saw just 2-3 days ago. This is called Million Miles Away, the true story of Jose Hernandez, an immigrant who comes to California, very humble background, and has this dream of becoming an astronaut. But how does he find that dream? In the school, there is a teacher, Miss June. And Miss June always knew that there is something special about Jose, and she kept nurturing it, did her bit. And towards the end, the movie becomes very beautifully shot, and the story is amazing, that he becomes an engineer and he applies to NASA to become an astronaut, but gets rejected like 12 times. But somewhere his persistence pays off and he is selected and he is given the chance to go to space. And before he's going to space, Miss June comes and meets him. And he's surprised and he's happy, and Miss June says that I always knew that you will make it. I waited 30 years for this day and I have proof. And she shows a lovely hand-drawn, crayon-colored, a picture that Jose had done when he was a child. And the exercise probably was, what do you want to become in life? And he had written astronaut. And Miss June encouraged it and kept that paper and showed it to him that I knew that you'll make it. And Jose Hernandez says, you changed my life. So the first kind of teacher that you must have in your life is someone who helps you find the objective that you are capable of. A big dream that, hey, I want to become an astronaut, and this teacher should help you find that dream. So please find a teacher who nurtures your true calling, helps you find your pathway, and makes you realize that you can become an astronaut. Nothing wrong in having a great dream. So teacher number 1, Miss June from Million Miles Away, to help you find your larger purpose. Teacher number 2, this is a movie and a book called Matilda. Beautiful book, Roald Dahl, classic. Movie is also very good. I think there are multiple versions of the movie. So Matilda is this amazing child with terrible parents, and she's like talented, gifted. She also has magic, but nobody understands. And then she goes to this school where there is this horrible principal called Miss Trunchbull, horrible. But then there is an equally good teacher, Miss Honey, who knows that there is something special about Matilda, but loves her, protects her. She knows that her parents are bad. She knows that Miss Trunchbull is behind her. So she really shields Matilda, and the movie then becomes very funny and it's hilarious, and they both have a great life together. So please find someone like Miss Honey, a teacher who protects you, because you need that. This world is full of people who will criticize you. But if you have a teacher who also protects you, stands up for you, it will be very helpful for your life. So find a teacher like Miss Honey from Matilda who protects you. That is the second teacher. Third teacher, This is an amazing movie called Iqbal, a story of a Indian cricket scenario. There is a person called Iqbal, and the movie is about his ambition to become a bowler in the Indian cricket team. And the movie is all about that. It's amazing and brilliantly written, shot, acted. And there is a time in the movie where he's stuck, not going anywhere, and he practices in the field. He's a poor boy, and he takes his cows and sheep for herding. That's the family job that he has, and in that field he practices bowling. And he meets a great teacher who was a cricketer, and that role was played by Nasiruddin Shah. The name of the teacher is Mohit, and he's a drunkard, but he was in the Indian national team, and there's a story behind that. But the beauty of that teacher Mohit in that movie was that Mohit had a special technique of bowling that only Mohit knew, and he teaches that to Iqbal, and Iqbal blooms as a person, and they learn with usual cows and sheep and goats and whatever little resources, and he teaches the science of bowling to Iqbal, and Iqbal becomes better. So the third type of teacher you should find in your life is someone like Mohit from the movie Iqbal, who teaches you the right scientific techniques. A teacher is not just about motivation. Nowadays, there's a lot of teachers who motivate. Thank you very much. We also need teachers who have the right scientific frameworks. Mohit is a great example. So please find a teacher who can give you the right scientific techniques and frameworks so that you can hone your skills and become a lot better. Teacher number 4. This is a movie called Mr. Holland's Opus, and the name of the teacher, the namesake of the movie, is Glenn Holland, played by Richard Dreyfuss. And the movie is about this teacher, a music teacher, Mr. Holland. And he has a dream that I'm going to make a great opera, soprano, sonata, whatever you call it. And he wants to, that's his legacy. And this job is to pay the bill. So he becomes a music teacher in a school. So he thinks that, okay, I'm going to go to school, teach my classes, and I'll do my work and create this amazing opus, the big thing, that music symphony that the world will remember me for, like Mozart. That's his dream. But whenever he sits down to work and fulfill that dream, to write that symphony or piece, some student comes and asks for help. His family comes and asks for help. So throughout the movie, there are these moments where he's frustrated that when will I work on my opus, my big project? And the end of the movie is beautiful, which I'll not share right now. But a very big quality that Mr. Holland had, that you also need in a teacher around you, is that they should give you time. If a teacher does not give time, that is very critical for the learner. So please find a teacher who doesn't only give classes, but also is willing to spend a little bit more time to give you that special push when you need it. So find someone like Mr. Holland, who sacrifices a little bit of his personal life and gives you that time which is needed to make you a better person. That's the fourth one. The fifth one, we all know this movie, Tare Zameen Par, a brilliant movie, a lovely boy, Ishan, very naughty, who has ADHD, dyslexia, topics which are taboo, till the movie brought it in a very public domain. And I'm glad this happened, and I'm glad Aamir Khan and his team made this strong movie. That parents get very horrified with these things, but the movie talked about that, hey, you can deal with it. There are many people who have done very well. It's not that bad. It just made things easier for so many children and parents in the world. And in this movie, there's this amazing teacher played by Aamir Khan called Ram Shankar Nikumb. And he understands this. And he understands Ishan is suffering. And nobody is able to get it. Parents have put him in a hostel. And Ishan is somewhere in the pits. And Ram Shankar realizes it. So he finds a way to bring that boy Ishan out of the pits. And the boy comes out of the pits, finds his creativity, begins to respond to the education system, starts to paint, realizes his potential, and the movie ends very beautifully. So the fifth kind of teacher you must have is someone like Ram Shankar Nikumb, who pulls you out from those pits that very commonly we end up at. So let me summarize the 5 kinds of teachers that you should have in your life. Teacher number 1 is Miss Young from Million Miles Away, a teacher who can help you find your path. That is the teacher number 1. Teacher number 2, Miss Honey from Matilda, a teacher who loves you and protects you. Teacher number 3, Mohit from Iqbal, somebody who teaches you scientific frameworks and techniques. Teacher number 4, Glenn Holland from Mr. Holland's Opus, who gives you time. And teacher number 5, Ram Shankar Nikum from Tare Zameen Par, a teacher who pulls you out of those dark pits that very commonly we end up in. So if you have these 5 kinds of teachers around you, I think you'll have a great career, and hopefully you'll do the same for someone else. So on that note, have a brilliant, wonderful festival of lights that is coming. Find great teachers, become a teacher to someone else, and make this world a little bit more joyful, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more well lit, because it is going through darkness and we only have to bring it out. Stay safe.